Good. All right. Hi. My name is Adeshola Oyeni, and I'm the president basically of the RamAir Radio Society. And just basically today is the Freshers Fair, and just basically to just here to talk about just a podcast basically, just a little podcast to talk about what RamAir is. Just give us a brief overview of what why RamAir is RamAir. So basically, RamAir, we even have a Wikipedia page as well, so you could check that out. So RamAir is a radio station that's run by the Students' Union at the University of Bradford. So it's run by students for students. What's that called again? For students by students, and is it with students?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, we don't broadcast live at the moment, but we do podcasts, and it's just basically an opportunity students and for students of the University of Bradford basically to just get information. That's the goal basically of RamAir, just to be the radio station for the school where you come to learn about what the station you listen to learn about what's going on in the university, to stay updated, to get information. Basically, that's what we plan. That's our mission basically. For now, we need to get because we don't really have an active radio society, so that's the plan right now. That's our mission, to get everyone knowing about to get to make sure everyone knows basically about RamAir, about who we are, and that we are the go-to choice basically for student information, for and things like that basically. Yeah. So that's basically what it's about, and I've got with me today.
My name is Palak Malhotraa.
Yeah.
And I'm doing business and management. I'm in my first year, and I'm an international student from Mumbai, India.
All right, brilliant. So I've got Palak. She's an Indian student at University of Bradford, and I'm a Nigerian student also, international student. I doing my master's basically in pharmaceutical technology. But this is not about me. It's about our guests here in the studio. So today, as I said, as I've mentioned earlier, today is the Freshers Fair, and I just why not let's just have a chat with some of the people who she just came to the Freshers Fair, our stand, the RamAir radio stand at the Freshers Fair, and we decided why not, let's just get into it straight away. Let's have one of our new members. Hopefully she's going to be a new member.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So just have just have a couple of them on, to see how it's like, and to just get to hear from them and their experiences over time as they've stayed in the stayed in UK, and as students at the University of Bradford. So basically, what I'm going to is basically your experience generally. How has your experience been in the UK? You're an international student.
Yep.
You're coming from India, leaving India behind, where you've lived most of your years.
Yes.
Most of your life, basically.
Yes.
And coming to a new place where you don't know too many people.
Yeah.
Where a new culture and everything. So just tell me, how has your experience been in UK?
It's actually been great. I love British people. I love the culture. I think I resonate with it a lot.
Oh.
People are really sweet over here. Like, people will verbally tell you that they care for you, and that is really good. Like, people are really expressive, because this is not how it is in India. Like, people are a bit reserved over there, but over here, people, even though they are reserved doing what they're doing, but they are open to talking about so many other things.
I kind of resonate with that, because it's it's both. People are more open and they are less open at the same time.
Yeah,
in the
people
UK.
are not afraid to speak their thoughts, which
Yeah,
is great. It is great. It's refreshing.
Yeah. So would you say that's a culture shock for you? Having
sort of, yeah, definitely. That, along with so many other cultural shocks like that I've faced and I've experienced. So it was this first, like, communicating and being open. It's
so
really nice.
It's not something you've been used to. Just
not
having
much.
something on your mind and just
No.
saying it, or even
For me personally, I'm a very introverted person, so it takes a lot for someone to get me to open up. But over here, I've realized I can open up easier than I did back in India, which is great. So that's what I really appreciate in
That's
the culture
yeah.
here.
Actually, I'm also an introverted. I think it's also for me. It's also a willingness to like just
Socialize.
to socialize more,
Yeah.
basically. And
Yeah.
I think the UK affords that, and it's for me. It's both for and against. Basically, it's both. It allows it, and because UK is for me as a Nigerian, for example, one big difference I've noticed is that as much as you can talk freely, basically, you, you still there isn't still as much of a social life. You
Yeah.
get the UK is not. How do I put this? So yeah, you can be more open.
Open, yeah.
Yeah, you can say whatever you can say what you
You
want to
can be
say.
yourself and
You
not
yeah,
get judged.
you can be yourself more, but then it's also not as social as in Nigerian, for example. I have grown up um with the experience of having, for example, in the bus,
Oh yeah.
just going on the bus, you could sit down with someone and just open a discussion and just
Yeah.
talk at length and
People,
even meet friends even on the
yeah.
bus.
People
In
mind
the
their
UK,
business here.
people people are more likely. So that's why I said
Yeah.
it's both.
Both.
It's tricky
Yeah.
because it's also more open, but still it's still closed. People are still kind of reserved. People are really on their own. Even your neighbors, for example, I don't know the names of most of my
Oh
neighbors. In
yeah,
Nigeria, I
you
knew
don't.
basically everybody on my street.
Yeah, that is
But yeah,
true.
yeah.
You invite them over for things, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like they're your
More
friends.
communal. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I think. I've always I think I've said it on another podcast. Yeah, the UK is not as communal as I was used to, so that
Yep.
was a culture shock for me. But yeah, so that's been a culture shock for you too as well.
Yes.
And what other thing would you say as
So another culture shock would be when I realized that most of the shops they close by like 5:30 over here, which is also crazy because like in the first few weeks when I wanted to go get something,
mm-hmm.
I would just tell my friend I was like I'm going out to get something, and they would be like it's closed, like everything is closed except for like the grocery shops. Like if I want to go and buy stationery out at 9 p.m. at night, everything is closed. This is not how it is
Yeah.
back from the city, from where I am, from Mumbai, because everything closes at 10 p.m. at night. And like the food places are open till like 12, 1 a.m. sometimes.
Yeah, actually,
Clubs
yeah.
and bars are open all night, which is also like you could see some clubs and bars
Yeah.
being open here till late. But in India, like in Mumbai especially,
It's
everything,
more general. Yeah, it's just few
it
places.
is not quiet at all. Like from where I come from, Mumbai is like the most lively city you'll ever go. Like it has the nightlife. You'll walk out at 2 a.m. at
Yeah,
night,
it's like
and, and
Lagos.
and people are like driving and walking and
Yeah.
hanging out like it's 8 p.m. or 7 p.m. or 6 p.m. in the evening. It's really chill. So over here it gets quiet and scary and dark, dark
Yeah.
really soon.
Yeah, that's another thing. What do you think
That's the
about it?
weather.
Yeah, the fact that you've been over all through your life, you are used to nights being
Being
at
longer.
6 p.m.,
Yeah,
7
yeah,
p.m.
yeah. No,
Yeah,
definitely.
night time is longer. Night basically starts from 4 5. Did
Over
that
here.
also like
No,
eat
it's
you?
the sun sets at like 6:30ish and it gets dark fully around 7.
Mm-hmm.
So it's dark at like 7:38 p.m. in
In
Mumbai,
India.
in India. And from where I am, the city, in Mumbai, we experience tropical weather. So all around the constant average temperatures like 20 to 24,
Mm-hmm.
and the highest it goes like it touches 40 degrees Celsius sometimes. So I'm not used to the cold too. Over here
Mm.
it goes to like -2, -3, so that's been a bit like had an impact on me, but it's fine, I'm managing.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
at least you came in September, right?
Oh yeah, I came in
Yeah,
September, so
yeah.
I got to experience a bit
A
mild.
little bit of the summer.
Yeah, a
A little.
tad bit. It wasn't bad.
Yeah. The UK, in terms of summer being hot, the UK really doesn't have that like that sort of warmth in the summer months that you'd expect, but it's still better than at least it's still like 15 20 degrees.
Oh
But
yeah,
15 20 degrees are not as hot as you'd expect it to be anyway.
exactly.
But yeah, that's one. Is there any other culture shock you think?
Oh yeah, one more is like the driving bit. So
Okay.
I learned driving just before coming here, and I remember my instructor always asking me to honk. I would never be the person who would honk unnecessarily, but the people
Yeah.
like drive
You
so
have to, yeah. People drive rush.
very
Oh yeah.
rash. So because of that, you had to constantly honk, right? So I would get shouted at, like, Palak, you're not honking enough. You need to honk. And I was like, what? Like, why do I need to honk? Like,
Yeah.
you need to honk to get people out of
Yeah,
your way.
because in Lagos, for instance, also it's
Yeah,
also like that. Everyone is in a rush always. So
exactly.
it's driving in Lagos is very very difficult. So to make sure you get your way, you always
Yeah.
have to honk at every time and also drive a little rough.
Same,
Yeah, in the UK, yeah,
same.
but in the
And the
UK,
roads are so narrow too.
yeah, the roads are
Like,
very narrow.
so narrow.
That's one thing I even heard before coming.
And the common thing between my city, Mumbai, and Bradford is like there's road work everywhere. So, but we have been experiencing road work since like the past 5-6 years. So I'm so used to the road work. I'm not even shocked because of the traffic.
Yeah,
That's like the one common thing that I found in Bradford, and
for me that was a culture shock actually.
like the road work.
Yeah, because since I've been in since over the past 1 year,
Yeah.
there's always been a particular area of the road that has been undergoing road, would it be reconstruction, I would call it. There's always management of the roads. That was for me, that was different in a lot of places in Lagos, especially the more remote places. There are a lot of bad roads, but in the UK, once after a while, they try to make sure that the roads are updated. I don't know if updated is the right word, but basically they just try to
Yeah.
make sure that
They try
the
to
roads don't
manage
get bad. Yeah.
they do the construction at night, so in the morning people can go to work. But
Yeah, but even still, for example, for this place near city center, no, not near city center. Oh, what's the name? Near the train station, near the bus station.
interchange, yeah.
Yeah, near the interchange. There was a place where when I first came, the road was the normal wide, but over time, I just saw that I didn't actually realize this until last month when I saw that actually the road is free again, because the construction went on just a piece of on a side of the road for like a couple of months, maybe 3-4 months, and I'd already gotten used to the sight of that place being under construction. And then when the construction, I just then remembered that when I first came, this was actually how wide the road was. So there's a lot of construction also always going on, and it's actually a good thing, because it makes sure and ensures that the roads don't get so bad to the extent that the roads are not motorable.
And the good thing is a positive cultural shock was people don't honk a lot over here. Like, they hardly honk. I hardly hear honks.
Yeah.
In India, in Mumbai too, like if you have a house near the road, people avoid that, getting a flat or
because
an apartment near the roads, because it's so noisy and it's just so bad, because there's honking all day long.
Time, yeah.
But over here you could easily get a house near the road, and it'll be peace.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, those are quite a number of culture shocks. It's it just emphasizes the difference in experiences that we have, like, as international students from the British culture, and it's very interesting because Bradford, for example, is one of the most culturally diverse places I've lived in.
I've noticed that.
It's very culturally diverse. You would see a lot of Nigerians, Ghanaians, Africans from different countries, from different from people from different African countries. You'd also see a lot of Asians. You see Pakistanis, Indians. So it's very rich in culture, and that's one thing that the University of Bradford even prides itself on. Inclusion. Going through the University of Bradford website, you see that some of the values are excellence, inclusion, innovation, trust. So that inclusion is a big deal. I think Bradford especially is very big on inclusion. No matter where you are from in the world, I bet you would find at least 10 people in a short while that are actually from your country. So it's also easier to feel at home. Another thing. So how was it for you leaving India and coming to stay in the UK? Did you feel a social lack, like a lack of a social life coming here?
I mean, definitely, because again, I told you I'm an introvert, so it's very hard for me to open up to people, to socialize, to make friends, to trust people too. So it was like really weird, because I would have small talk with people.
So
but
do you stay on your own?
No, I stay with my relatives. So it's not as bad, which
Yeah,
is good.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
if
I
you have
understand that.
family here, it's a very big help.
Yeah.
But
Because at least it's still people that you've known for most
most
of
of
your
my
life,
life, yeah,
and so it's easier to integrate than to make new friends all over again.
exactly. But
Yeah.
it's harder for people who don't have anyone
Yeah,
here to.
I can't
And
imagine, to be honest.
honestly speaking, I'm pretty sure I would have had a lot of friends, and I would have pushed myself to
Mm-hmm.
socialize more if I wouldn't have come from my relatives with my relatives to stay
So
here.
you think if you were on your own, you would have
Oh yeah, definitely. I would have pushed myself so much more to socialize and make more friends.
really?
Yeah. Oh, like now I've taken it like I used to take it a bit lightly, like when I just joined uni, because I didn't feel as homesick because I had my family.
Yeah, that's and that you don't feel if you yeah living if you come here
If
and you
you
stay
know
with yeah
people, so you don't feel as
homesick,
homesick. So
yeah.
that's why I did not push myself to make friends. But then over time, I was like, oh no, I need my friends. Like I need my set of
Yeah,
people. I need to find people,
yeah.
and that's exactly what I'm doing now.
And that's very good. That's one thing that
Yeah,
that RamAir
yeah,
that we are here for. So it's just basically connecting people, connecting the school, basically connecting the University of Bradford, and that's what we're going to be doing
yep.
over the next couple of months. So now we've brought it to the University of Bradford. How do you see the University of Bradford? Like for me, what has been your would I say some memorable experiences you've had in the at the University of Bradford?
Memorable like memories,
Experiences.
experiences. I mean, I do have some international friends. I've made some international
Mm-hmm.
friends here in my course, so I've hung out with them, just studied with them, stressed about our assignments. Those are like the bittersweet, nice memories. But
Mm-hmm.
it's just my first year. I'm starting my second semester from next week, so I'm hoping to make more memories.
Yeah,
Like
definitely you would.
show up to more events.
Y- that's one thing I actually
Because
always
I've
wanted to
been
do.
in my
Yeah,
little like bubble.
and it's kind of hard when you're in school because there's a lot of academic pressure as well.
Yeah.
Because there are assignments. The UK is more UK the educational system is more from what I was used to. It's more engaging basically. So I've been more engaged in courseworks, having to write essays. So there's not really been enough time to socialize, especially if you are working as well.
Yeah, so I've kept myself in my own little bubble, but now I'm ready to like
To yeah, bust out.
socialize. Yeah.
I'm happy for you. That's
Yeah,
you
thank you.
should that's also something I'm actually looking forward to doing, and
Yeah.
that's one reason I actually decided to join the RamAir Radio
Yes.
Society, because it was an opportunity for me to like just get out of my comfort zone and just hide away and not do anything. But
Yeah.
it has afforded me the opportunity to meet a lot. I've met a lot of people as well. I met you through because of RamAir. I've
Yeah.
made a lot of friends as well, and so that for me has added to my wealth of knowledge and experience and meeting new people. I actually now love meeting people. It's something I always look forward to. Just getting to know about different people's perspectives, opinions, and then having you have a more balanced worldview, basically, in my opinion. So yeah. So
That's
is there
it.
any other thing you
No, that's all for today.
oh,
Yep.
that's all for today. All
Yeah.
right, Palak. Yeah,
Yes.
Palak. Thank you so much for gracing our just little podcast and for sharing your story basically and your
Thank you.
experiences with
Thank you for
a
having
lot of
me.
people. I know it's not easy being an introvert. For me, I also it's not easy, but it's a
Again,
step.
like having that YOLO mindset, like,
You only live once, yeah.
yep,
So just
what's the
why
worst
not?
that could happen? It's
Mm.
fine. Yeah.
All right, all right. Thank you, and do have a lovely, lovely Freshers Fair. Do
Thank
you want to?
you.
Yeah, are there other stores you want to visit? Other
Oh
societies?
yeah, I'm gonna go back to my Indian society. I just
Okay,
socialized with them now, so I'll go back
that's
to
nice.
talking to them.
That's nice. All right.
Thank
I
you.
would see you later. You are going to see more of Palak's face, or maybe more of our skills. Basically,
Oh
more of our
yeah, I would
technical
love
skills.
that. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
yeah. I'm excited
Yeah.
for you too. All right.
See
Have a
you.
lovely day.
Thank